Alright, so we're at the prepping station now. We've got our sugar-crusted Alaskan salmon beginning to get put together here. We got the Alaskan Halibut Caprese. I'm going to begin in a little bit by cutting up the mozzarella, the tomato, and the basil. I'm actually just going to leave out 8 solid leaves because you're supposed to put that on as like a garnish at the end.
Kind of, yeah, a visual thing.
Yeah. Nice presentation. I'm gonna kind of soak the halibut in some balsamic vinegar, some aged, balsamic of the Star brand. And we're gonna wrap that all up in foil, and then so the juices are gonna kind of all marinate together. It's gonna be a great dish. We're gonna begin in probably about 10 minutes. So once we finish up here, we'll be back.
Sweet. Welcome back to the Broad Kitchen. So this particular sockeye was caught in the Kenai River up in Alaska by none other than maybe Will O'Brien or John O'Brien.
That's true.
It's very fresh, caught 2 days ago about. And it's a beautiful fish. It's a beautiful fillet, very nice shape. So I just cut it into chunks here, more manageable chunks. And this will allow me to deal with it a little more easily in the pan. It'll make it a little bit more presentable. And really, that's the gist of it there. I have the dry rub here, which I'm going to put on it later.
Okay.
And we're ready to eat in 15-20 minutes.
Excellent. So I'll check back in and we'll go from there.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Welcome back to Broad Kitchen.
Thank you.
I have just finished de-skinning and washing the fresh Alaskan halibut fillets caught yesterday morning. So how I'm going to go about cutting these into small pieces, I'm going to first start by cutting down the spine. It's a nice tender area that can easily be cut through. You don't want pieces too big. You want to have it fit perfectly with this slice of tomato and a little bit of the mozzarella that I've cut here. So I'm just going to cut down this side. Just like that. It's key to have a sharp knife so you can cut through all the fibers. I have set out my boiler tray with a little bit of tin foil surrounding it with a little bit of olive oil to keep it from non-sticking. It's a nice trick. A lot of people forget that little detail and it ends up kind of ruining the dish. And I'm just going to cut these in half again. So I'll have 8 pieces when it comes down to it. And I just set these down, a little bit of gap in between them. So once the oven is finished heating up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to put those in, cook it for 4 to 5 minutes, and flip them over, add a little salt and pepper, and then we'll add the condiments. So, seeing you in about 10.
Thank you. Hello there, welcome back to the Broad Kitchen. Here is really the most glamorous of all second most glamorous of all the steps. It is applying the dry rub to the salmon fillet. So here we go, I'm just going to spoon it on, very generous, very generous. Very generous. And then this really, frankly, just needs to coat it.
What are the ingredients in this rub?
Oh, well, simple. Sugar, your basic Cajun sugar. Okay. Ghost pepper jolokia powder. Cumin. Paprika. Mustard powder. Pepper.
And a little bit of salt?
A little bit of salt. And that's it.
Excellent.
And the rub shall be applied generously for the crust.
So when these fillets have been fully cooked, what is the consistency of the rub?
Crunchy, crusty, kind of, crispy, but not too much. Kind of, you can still the natural texture of the fillet shines through. Always steals the show, as we like to say. So, and then placed into a hot cast iron pan on the grill there, with some olive oil for searing, followed by more traditional cooking. When it comes right down to it, it's really mild when placed in direct juxtaposition with the fillet itself, because sockeye salmon is so flavorful from the beginning, so flavorful. It's almost a shame to cover it with more peasant flavors such as mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really the way to go. It'll complement without covering up. So
Excellent.
thank you. Come back in about 10 minutes to see the finished product.
Alrighty, thank you.
Welcome back to the Blind Kitchen. I have just finished cutting the tomatoes and the mozzarella into thin slices of 8. I actually have to do a little bit more with the tomato. And I will start to do a little dicing of this basil, but what's critical is to take the 8 biggest leaves, and you're actually going to garnish that on top, almost like a little bit of a mozzarella, tomato, basil little sandwich on top, and that's going to kind of melt. It's, the basil is kind of going to soak into the halibut fillets, and you know, it's we're really lucky to have these. I mean, as right now, fresh Alaskan halibut is anywhere from $15 to $20 a pound, so it's a real treat. The salmon as well, you know, can't get it for very cheap these days, so very grateful. So it's really key to make a good flavorful dish to kind of show respect for the fish. You know? So I'm gonna throw these in approximately 2 minutes. They're gonna come back out. I'm gonna place these down there, put it in for another couple minutes, and it's gonna melt the mozzarella, and it's gonna be great. So see you in the field.
Cheers. Key step, the most glamorous of the steps now, is to sear the salmon. So we're gonna start with a little bit of olive oil, just a couple tablespoons in this cast iron pan preheated. That'll be good. Well, yeah, that'll be good. Coated. We're just gonna take these, rub side down, carefully placed in the pan. Now this is a small pan, so I'm only going to be able to do 2 at a time. Unfortunate, yeah, but it's what I can do. As you can see, the searing process is well underway. Started off nice across. That was from in which I seared only the seasoned side of the salmon. Then I switched over. Now this is where the cooking process actually occurs. This is where you need to be careful, because you don't want to overcook the fish, and you don't want to undercook it either. So it's kind of a small window where you really hit the spot.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back. So I have now come. The oven has been heated this whole time, and is now ready to put the fish in. So I'm going to set these in. I'm going to start it on each side for about 4 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue to finely chop this basil, because you want it to have a flavor, but you don't want it to be too strong. You know, you want kind of that subtle flavor. Once the 4 minutes goes off, I'm going to take it out, put a little salt and pepper on the cooked side, throw it back in, and I'll start putting it together. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you.
Great.
All right, so we have basically the finished product here. I'm going to scoop these off, put on here, sprinkle it with a little crushed basil. Now I'm going to stick them on very carefully. Alrighty, now what we do is we take this, it's a balsamic olive oil mix, and we just drizzle this over the top. And it's a beautiful complement to the dish. Ready to eat.